So this is an example of a combination of Feldenkrais awareness through movement and core movement integration. The idea of using a vectoral pathway that has a mathematical, physical basis to it. So this is a foundation movement which I will demonstrate and show the functional application. So here, if I were doing this movement, looks like walking or winding up, I would be coming through on this side through the fourth metatarsal. The aid of the medial arch of the foot would be helping me. The hip would come back and the fascial tissue would spin up so that I would get an uplift. So on that process, that has a corresponding movement the other way, of course. And all of this is leading to a spinal interaction with the levers of the spine. So I'm getting uplift in both directions. Now it looks like walking, but it could be throwing a ball. It could be eventually playing golf. It could be tennis. The applications are many. But the dynamic is the same. The foundation chord, the root mathematical pathway is precise. So the more precise we get, the better the movement works around the center of gravity. So I can do this move, but I can also do a twist move on it. So now I've got kind of like a dance motion, or in soccer it could be a kick, it could be a kick. So there are many applications to have a variation in the motion departing from the primary vectoral pathway. So now we'll demonstrate it as a floor lesson, awareness through movement style, to show you how we construct it and how we use it with clients and how it leads always back to a functional action. As a floor lesson, I'm going to demonstrate the same idea with some variations, but the same idea. So again, I'm thinking of my foot coming this way, which is a trochanteric fibula action, which directs the foot to the fourth metatarsal. Otherwise, I'm doing this, which is different. That's a turn. This is a spiralic action keeping me in this plane. Now, as I do that, the fibula moves. The trochanter turns with a very specific angle. That enables these muscles to lengthen, and not only that, but now I have engagement lifting me up on the right side. That's also floating this leg. Follow it through a little more and make the next series of connections. This is going through the pelvic floor, into SI joint, into the spine, but that's also now enabling my ribs to lever. And so as the ribs lever, the arm is coming up. So now if you notice these stripes on the shirt, if you can see them, they're turning my spine as I move. So this would lead me to this kind of a spinal twist as well. A spinal engagement is not a twist, it's a spiralic rotation. But now if I wanted to turn it into a twist, I could do this. So I could come up on this leg and I could twist to the other way, which adds a point of complexity. I'll leave the other foot down so you can see it. So now I'm getting the advantage of spinal twisting using the same pattern but turning the action the other way. This enables the spine now to move in ways that it's not usually accustomed. So I'm getting more twist through the vertebrae and reducing some of that plaque and congestion that takes place along the spine when it settles into an S-curve format. So now I can do this. And I have many varieties from here. Once I start to do this, or do this, or do this, I can also use the other leg and do a crossover. So my world of possibilities is now increasing dramatically. And all of this, of course, is going to lend itself to a light, easy lifting through the foot, through the compartment, through the fibula, through the trochanters, through the pelvic floor, through the thoracolumbar fascia, into the rib levers, which is going to take me up. And what you will have are movements that will lead anywhere you want. You can cross over, you can twist, you can go up and down. And the final read of this will be expressed again as we come back to the standing mode, coming back up and applying that same action either as a twist, which you will see in a lot of dance, in a lot of sport activities, or as a straight movement, as you see in good walking, uplifted walking, or you would see on the other side, transmitted now to the right, you would see the same thing. So here's the prototype of walking, and you have all the variations thereof. So that line applies to many, many activities. So we've linked the basic functional move right back to its components, make it applicable again, and there's a hands-on series that goes with that, which we have demonstrated and will demonstrate again.